What if your computer could make money while you're sleeping? Right now, millions of computers around the world sit idle for hours every day. Gaming PCs, workstations, powerful GPUs doing absolutely nothing. But what if you could rent out that unused power and earn money from it? In this video, I'm going to show you a platform that allows you to monetize your computer's processing power. We'll cover how it works, how much you can realistically earn, the electricity costs, and whether it's actually worth it. Let's get started. The big idea: artificial intelligence is growing faster than ever. Tools like ChatGPT, image generators, and AI video tools require enormous computing power. But all that computing has to happen somewhere. Normally, companies build massive data centers filled with servers. However, building and maintaining those data centers costs billions of dollars. So some companies use a different approach. Instead of building more infrastructure, they rent computing power from people around the world. Your computer becomes part of a distributed network that processes tasks remotely. And one of the platforms that allows this is called Salad. With this software installed, your computer can help run cloud workloads while earning rewards in return. How the platform works. The process is surprisingly simple. First, you download the Salad desktop application. Then you create a free account. Once the program launches, it scans your computer's hardware to determine what resources are available. The most important component is your GPU, also known as your graphics card. Why? Because modern AI workloads rely heavily on GPU processing. These tasks include things like AI model inference, rendering, machine learning workloads, distributed cloud tasks. When companies submit jobs to the network, the platform assigns them to computers that match the hardware requirements. If your computer qualifies, it performs the task. And while your hardware is working, you earn rewards. Security explanation. One common concern is security. Many people worry that software like this could access their files. But according to the platform's design, the system only uses your hardware resources. It does not browse your files or interact with your personal data. A good way to think about it is like renting out processing capacity, not giving access to your computer. Your GPU performs calculations, but your documents, photos, and personal files remain private. Still, like with any software, it's always smart to research and only download from official sources. Payment options. Instead of paying users like a traditional job, these platforms usually offer a reward-based system. Users can redeem their earnings for things like PayPal, credit prepaid Visa cards, gaming credits. Some people use it to buy digital products, like games or subscriptions. Others convert the rewards into prepaid cards they can spend online. The exact rewards available may vary depending on your region and current marketplace options. Monetize. One interesting feature is that you can choose how your computer participates in the network. There are several operating modes. Mode 1 is full-time operation. Your computer runs tasks 24 hours per day. This usually produces the highest potential earnings. Mode 2 is idle mode. The software only runs when you are not actively using your computer. For example, if you step away or leave your PC overnight. Mode 3 is scheduled operation. You can define specific hours when your computer is allowed to run tasks. For example, from midnight until 6 a.m. And finally, Mode 4 simply disables the workload entirely. For most users, idle mode is the most practical. It allows your computer to generate rewards without interfering with daily use. Realistic earnings. Now let's talk about the most important question. How much can you actually earn? The answer depends mostly on your graphics card. Lower-end GPUs might generate around $10 to $20 per month. Mid-range GPUs could generate approximately $40 to $60 per month. And high-end GPUs sometimes exceed $100 per month. But there's an important factor many people forget: demand. These platforms operate based on supply and demand. If many users have the same GPU model, but fewer companies need that specific hardware, your computer might not receive tasks continuously. That means earnings can fluctuate. Some days your computer may run tasks for hours. Other days it might remain idle. So the estimated earnings should always be treated as rough estimates, not guaranteed income. Electricity costs. There is another critical factor: electricity's consumption. When your GPU is running heavy workloads, it consumes significantly more power. Depending on your electricity price, this can reduce your profit. For example, A high-performance GPU might consume between 200 and 400 watts under load. If electricity is expensive in your region, that cost might eat into your rewards. However, in places where electricity is cheaper, or where people have solar panels, the economics can look more attractive. That's why many users only run these systems during times when they are not actively using their computer. It allows them to monetize idle hardware without running it constantly. This is best for this type of system tends to work best for a few types of users. For example, gamers who own powerful people who built high-performance PCs but only use them a few hours per day, or creators who already have strong hardware for video editing or AI work. Instead of letting that computing power sit unused, they can allow it to contribute to distributed workloads, and in return receive small rewards. Important disclaimer. It's also important to say that this type of platform should not be viewed as a guaranteed income source. Earnings depend on hardware, electricity costs, and market demand, so results will vary between users. This video is only intended to explain how the system works and share information about the concept. Always do your own research before installing or using any software. As artificial intelligence continues growing, the demand for computing power will likely keep increasing, and distributed computing platforms could become more common in the future. If you enjoyed learning about tools that combine AI and passive income ideas, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.